Hello, hope you are having a good day and welcome to the most recent edition of our Minding Your Business newsletter. And this is the newsletter we put out every month for our family business owners and entrepreneurs and the advisors who work with them. And over the past couple videos, what we've been addressing are the blind spots, or call it pitfalls, that we often see business owners not address, that causes them to pay more taxes and at the end of the day, really not have alignment as it relates to their business, their wealth, and their personal interests. So the first thing we spoke about, if you remember, was net worth and why having a clear, comprehensive understanding of your net worth is so important. And then we talked about why having a trusted team of advisors collaborating on your behalf can change outcomes for you. And then last month, we spoke about taxes and how often we see business owners, because of cracks and blind spots in their planning, often paying taxes they probably necessarily don't have to. And the last thing that we want to talk about is liquidity. And this can be a real struggle because if you're a business owner and you find out you have a liquidity problem, the landmine's gone off. And this is a challenge that can be identified up here. So this is one of the questions when you have a comprehensive net worth that you've put together, is being able to understand, where's my liquidity? If I need liquidity, where am I getting it from? Do I have investable assets that I can borrow against, that I can liquidate? Do I have a credit line, pools of liabilities that I can tap to get cash flow if I need it? But managing liquidity is something that, again, we see as a blind spot because business owners don't address it until they have to. So another facet of liquidity and why it's important, and what makes business owners, frankly, unique, is that when you think about business owners, think about people like yourselves, most of your net worth is tied up in an illiquid asset, your business. And hopefully, it makes up that largest percentage of your asset because it's a growing, healthy, thriving business. The key becomes, how do you start to translate that growing, thriving business into creating liquidity on a personal level? Why this is important. The clients who we work with, who we have seen have the best and most successful outcomes, are people that plan for different scenarios. So you might say, I don't plan on selling my business to my kids, or I don't plan on selling my business to a third party. I plan on transitioning it to my kids. If you don't have liquidity and you haven't addressed that issue, it is going to significantly limit what your options are. And as a business owner, you may not want to commit to an option, but you want to keep all options on the table. And if you are limiting yourself in terms of your liquidity, your options at the end of the day are likely going to get chosen for you. And so liquidity is something that can happen very, very quickly by recapitalizing your business, by selling a business. Those might be a little less common. Or in a more strategic manner by saying, what am I doing to create liquidity outside of my business on an annual basis? And that is a little bit more of a deliberate, methodical process, takes longer, but can also yield very significant results. There's not a right or wrong way to do this, but if this is a blind spot that you experience and you're not addressing it, at some point, it is probably going to come back and haunt you. And it always haunts you at a time when you can't afford it to. So a little bit of insight, hope it brought a spotlight to why liquidity planning is important. And just to kind of close the loop on why liquidity planning is important, stress testing that plan is also important. So putting a plan in place that defines how you are going to become more liquid going forward and diversify your net worth so it's less business heavy, stress test that plan every year. What the past, frankly, 12 months have shown us, as things that you think can never happen, you can never write off. This pandemic has, I think, opened all of our eyes to what could be possible that we thought was never possible. And so that stress test, asking such questions as, what if my business were to drop by 20% because of the loss of a very large customer? What if I decided I wanted to sell the business, or not even sell, transition the business to my kids? How would I fund my own retirement and still provide flexibility and capital for the business? That's the balancing act, is balancing your personal capital with the business capital. That's all about what liquidity planning is. Hopefully this provided a little bit of spotlight and again some insights on why this is an important issue. If it's something you'd like to talk further about, we're happy to be a resource and a sounding board for you. And if you'd also like, as I've mentioned before in our prior newsletters, our Set for Life questionnaire we think is a great assessment and a great tool to help you uncover where you might have pitfalls or blind spots in your world. And if it's something we can help with, let us know. Take care and stay well.